Dear friends, welcome to this week's virtual Drasha. This week we have the incredible privilege to read Parshas Balak. And in the Parsha we read the story of Balak, the king of Moab, sees the defeat of Sichon and Og, two mighty kings, mighty nations, mighty kingdoms, and realizes that he cannot defeat the supernatural Jewish people through natural means. And as such, he hires Balaam, a Gentile prophet, to curse the Jewish people. And not only does Balaam not end up cursing us, but he delivers some of the most beautiful and prolific praise ever said about Klal Yisrael. Praise that is so meaningful that some of it is even incorporated into our everyday davening. But I want to draw your attention to something really fascinating. And I don't know why this struck me the first time this year. It never really bothered me before. But the Torah spends an inordinate amount of time speaking about a donkey. A lot of coverage, a lot of donkey coverage in this week's parsha. The Torah begins by telling us that again, Balaam got up in the morning. This is when he was going with the messengers of Balak to curse Klal Yisrael, and he saddled his donkey. And then we know the story. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is upset with Balaam. He dispatches an angel to try to convince Balaam to go ahead and turn back, but Balaam doesn't see the donkey. Balaam doesn't see the angel. The donkey sees the angel. So the donkey keeps veering off the road. Balaam keeps hitting the donkey to the point that literally the malach, the angel, backs the donkey into a corner and the donkey just like buckles. The donkey just sits down. Balaam gets all upset at the donkey and again is literally ready to go ahead and kill the donkey. At that point, HaKadosh Baruch Hu performs a miracle, and the pasuk says, "Vayiftach Hashem es pia ason." Hashem allowed the donkey to speak. The donkey said, "Balaam, what's the matter with you? Why are you hitting me?" Balaam says, "Because you're lazy." And then again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu allows Balaam to see the angel. Okay, a lot of time spent on a donkey. That's the bottom line. A lot of donkey talk, right? A lot of donkey coverage. So what's the pshat? In other words, what is the role in the donkey in this story, and why is it so prominent? You know, it's always interesting to note that on one hand, you have like pivotal and life-centric halachas that are not even stated explicitly, but rather learned out from nuance or Torah Sheba'al Peh, halacha l'Moshe Misinai, and then yet other piece of information that the Torah spends so much time on. You know, the example I like to give with this is like, for example, how do we know that tefillin are supposed to be black, or that tefillin are supposed to be square? Again, these are halachos l'Moshe Misinai. They're not written in the text. Torah just says put on totafos. So again, tefillin, which Baruch Hashem, we have the opportunity to do every single day. Yet again, the major details of it are not covered in the actual text of the Rimla Torah Sheba'al. And yet a donkey of Balaam, gets all of this biblical coverage. What's the pshat? So I think to appreciate what's happening over here with the donkey, we have to understand in a general sense, what is the role of a donkey? What does a donkey do? So a donkey, of course, is a beast of burden. A donkey is something that carries a load. But the chap of the donkey is not only that it carries a load, the chap of the donkey is that it carries a load from point A to point B. The donkey is the vehicle of the journey. I have something that I need to get from point A to point B. It's heavy or it's a far distance. So either I can't carry it myself, I don't want to carry it myself, I put it on the donkey. The donkey, perhaps on a deeper level, represents the journey of life. And the journey is an interesting thing because many times when we look at the journeys of life, we kind of view them just as a means. The journey doesn't really have all that much meaning. The goal is the destination. I know where I have to get to, I know where I want to get to, and the journey is just the means by which I achieve that ends. But if I can get to my destination without the journey, matov umanoim, how much better that would be. But in fact, perhaps what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us is that that's not the case. Sometimes in life, the journey is just as important as the destination. Because it's during the journey that we learn so many things about ourselves. It's during the journey that we learn so many things about life. And it's during the journey that we pick up so many beautiful morsels and nuggets of important life yisodos, important life principles and tenets, ideas and ideals. And perhaps that's what's happening over here in the story. See, if we go back to the entire episode with the donkey, how does it start? The pasuk says, this is in Parachav Beis, pasuk of Allah, chapter 22, verse 21. Vayakam Balaam babokir vayachavoshes ason. Balaam got up in the morning, and Balaam did something interesting. Balaam saddled his own donkey. He saddled his own donkey. Now, it's interesting, Rashi, the commentaries point out, generally, you have a guy for that. You don't saddle your own donkey, especially if you're a chashav, a Gentile prophet, right? You're an important guy. You have someone else saddle your donkey. So Rashi HaKadosh points out something amazing. Rashi says, interestingly enough, that Balaam was almost mimicking Avram Avinu. Avram, on the morning of the Akedah, also loaded his own donkey. So why is that? So again, Avram Avinu, perhaps just on a basic level, Avram Avinu understood that he was about to do something with his son. He didn't know what the end was going to be, right? He had an idea. Kachnos binchas ichidcha asher havtas Yitzchak. But if you're Avram Avinu, you probably still don't know exactly how all this is going to unfold. But here's what you do know. What you do know is that the journey from your home to Harabayis, to Hara Moriah, I've discussed the point in that direction. Baruch Hashem, I'm not too far from the old city of Yerushalayim. So the journey from where Avram was living to Hara Moriah to the Harabayis, that journey was going to be of pivotal importance. So what does Avram Avinu do? He saddles his own donkey. The donkey, it represents the journey. Avram Avinu saddling the donkey represents ultimately an understanding of the importance of the journey. And here's what's incredible. Balaam did the same thing. Balaam also saddled his donkey. He saddled his donkey. Because Balaam in his own way also understood, see, Balaam was a smart man. And as much as, yes, Balaam wanted to curse Klal Yisrael, Balaam liked Klal Yisrael even less than Balak liked Klal Yisrael. And Balaam wanted to get rich, and Balaam wanted fame, and there was ego, and there was gaiva, and there was all different kinds of things going on. But Balaam also understood that whatever's going to happen over here, something big is going down. Something big is going to go down. So Balaam gets up in the morning, and he also saddles his own donkey. Because Balaam in his own way also understands that somehow this journey, the donkey journey, is going to be of pivotal importance. But then something happens. The donkey, right, so Balaam's riding on the donkey, and the Torah says, Vatera ason es malach Hashem nitzav baderech. So the donkey sees the malach on the road, v'char bo shlufa biyado, the angel's holding a sword, and the donkey veers off. The donkey wants to avoid the angel. And again, the angel keeps closing in more and more and more on the donkey. And what happens with Balaam? Balaam gets impatient. Why is Balaam impatient? Because now Balaam has forgotten about the importance of the journey and has just become solely focused on the destination. That's all. So the donkey's veering off. Balaam's going to whip it. He's going to kick it. He's going to threaten to kill it. He's going to do whatever he has to do because now Balaam has forgotten about the importance of the donkey journey and is solely and fully focused on the destination. That's all he has in mind. That's all he's thinking about. And I'll tell you something amazing, right? Skip forward a little bit at the point where literally Balaam is ready to kill the donkey. So what happens? Hashem goes ahead and opens the donkey's mouth. Right? Vayiftach Hashem es pia ason v'tamar leBalaam. So the donkey begins talking. The donkey says to Balaam, "Ma asisi lecha ki kisani zeh shalosh regalim." What did I ever do to you? The donkey says to Balaam, that you hit me 3 times. And Balaam responds, "Vayor Balaam la'ason ki salalta bi." What do you mean? What did you do? You're lazy, good for nothing. Yilu yesh chereb yadi ata harakticha. If I had a sword, I would kill you right now. Chevra. You understand what's happening over here? The donkey's talking. And Balaam just launches into straight conversation as if he's talking with his chaver, as if he's talking with his chavrusa, as if he's talking with his brother, his sister, his mother, his father, his son, his daughters. Right? What? There's no moment of like where Balaam's like, sorry, like what? Donkey's talking? Donkey, what's up? What's going on? Everything all right? I mean, again, the donkey talks and Balaam responds. Balaam's like, come on. Why are you a good for nothing? I told you to get me to my destination. That's it. Balaam has become so focused on the destination that he forgot to ingest the messages of the journey. That Ribono Shel Olam dispatched an angel, a malach with a sword to tell Balaam, don't go. It's not going to be good. It's not going to work. But Balaam is so fixated on the destination that he refuses to see the messages of the journey. And he's so fixated on the destination that even when the donkey, the very vehicle of the journey, opens its mouth and begins to talk, Balaam doesn't even pay attention. This is always good piece of free advice. If your donkey begins to talk, stop, listen, and ask yourself, what is going on over here? Yet Balaam doesn't do that. Because sometimes in life we become so fixated on where we need to get to that we forget to ingest the messages of the journey. And I've been thinking about this concept in a tremendous way, especially in light of the times in which we are living. I would say first, like on a national level, We know what we want the destination to be. We want shalom. We want peace. We want an end to this war. We want all of our hostages to be returned. We want all of our soldiers to be successful, to come back to their families, b'shalom and b'karov. That's what we want. That's what we want. But we don't know when that is going to occur. So the question is, during this journey of Klal Yisrael, are we internalizing the lessons? Are we looking around and trying to figure out what went wrong within our ranks before October 7th? What beautiful things came as a result of the terrible churban of October 7th? And what do we need to do to be a stronger people going forward? Sometimes we're just so focused on the destination where I need to get to that we forget to go ahead and pull out the lessons and pull out the incredible yusodos that are all along the journey. And on a personal level, a lot of times in life we encounter difficult times. And it's natural and it's normal in the midst of difficult times to be able to just say, you know what? I just want to reach that light at the end of the tunnel. I just want to get there. I want to be out of this and I just want to get there. And of course, that's natural and it's normal. But there are lessons to be learned along the journey. Life is all about stopping and listening to the donkey. It's stopping and listening and recognizing, okay, these are my circumstances. I don't love them. Or maybe I don't like them. Or maybe I can't stand them. Or maybe I despise them. But this is the journey that I'm on. What lessons can I take? What lessons can I learn? Life is not all about just reaching your destination. Life is also about internalizing the messages of the journey. And this is why the Ribono Shel Olam Bichvoldo Ba'atzmo, in a Torah, where every single word is measured, spends so much time talking about donkeys. Because the Ribono Shel Olam is telling us, you hear donkey? And what you think is journey. Because Baruch Hu says exactly, pay attention to the journey. Don't just be fixated on the destination. Don't just have your head in the finish line or your head about when things are going to be better. But think about the journey you're going through now. As a people, as a nation, let's think about the journey we're going through. It's a heartbreaking journey. Not a day goes by that our heart isn't broken in a million pieces for our brothers and sisters being held captive in Gaza, for all of the karbanos, all the sacrifices we have been forced to make, for all the families that are shattered and will never be whole until the coming of Mashiach. Every day we think about that, and we yearn to get to the other side of this. But what lessons do we need in the journey? And when we go through our own difficulties, our own suffering, our own trials and tribulations, yes, it's normal, natural to pine and to desire to get out of it, to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. But don't forget to learn the lessons of the journey. Maybe Zochem Eretz Hashem to saddle our personal donkeys. Maybe Zochem Eretz Hashem to prepare each of us for the national and personal journeys in life. And while on those journeys, maybe Zochem Eretz Hashem to see, to glean, and to internalize all of the beautiful lessons. And in that zichus, maybe Zochem Eretz Hashem to reach our destination as a nation, the destination of shalom, of bracha, of geula, of Mashiach. And as individuals, maybe Zochem Eretz Hashem to reach our destinations of accomplishment, of bracha, and of incredible hatzlacha. Wishing everyone a good Erev Shabbos and a beautiful Shabbos Kodesh.